All right, everybody, please give it up for Fox.
Yes. So basically I should have mirroring, but it doesn't work because it's technology. So I'll be improvising a bit. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fox and the talk is ACE JavaScript interviews, scoping and hoisting. So we're gonna play some role play to just convince you that you need this talk. So I am some lead of experience something at Sapien Nitro. My name is Tom. Is Tom here?
He's just gone. So you can tell him what you want.
I can be Tom, okay. And you are a developer applying for a job at Sapien Nitro, it's your dream job. And I'm asking you a question. In this case, what is going to be console logged when I uncomment this console log? Take a look at the code. You have 10 seconds. 2, 1, okay. So, who knows? Oh wait. 5, yes?
1.
Okay, who thinks it's 1? 2 hands. Who thinks it's something different, another idea is undefined, yes? 1 person thinks undefined. Who has some other idea? Yes? 10. Okay. It's going to be 10! So, if you don't understand why, then you should listen to this talk, and I'm very glad that nobody knows. Haha. Almost nobody. Almost nobody. Yes. My dear friend from Detox Digital, I forgot your name. Alex. Yes, you're hired. And so, let's start with, I will explain later. Later we'll understand why this is 10. So scope is a visibility of variables in one part of a program to another part of that program. Simple. Visibility of variables and methods and constants that are in one part of your program to another part of the program. So if they are in one function, are they visible in another function and stuff like this. So, so I'm defining a variable A. If you didn't realize it yet, this is actually a JavaScript program. Expect scope of A to be. And I want this to console log true. So what will be the scope of A? Jamie.
What is the scope of A?
Yes, there's a variable A in 947 of my code.
It's the current lexical scope.
Yes, yes. What's the current lexical scope? Okay, I'll show you the program from start. Here it starts. I'm showing you every line of the program. And now here I'm defining variable A. Current lexical scope, very smart answer. So, but another answer. Another true answer. Yes?
I don't have an answer, although I do have a recommendation. Could you bring the question up? The bottom of like a window.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. You know, shoot.
That wasn't intentional, but we can't see the question because
yes.
in front of us.
Can you see it now?
A little bit better.
A little, sorry, I cannot actually, okay, let me add some lines. Okay, great answer. Make it not full screen and move my talk a bit to the end. Okay, where's my cursor? I always wonder why the guys that are presenting talks are so bad with computers, and now I'm presenting the talk and I can't use my computer. And I feel so ashamed. Boom. Yes, okay. Alt F6, shit, no. F5, yes. So expect scope of A to B.
It's it's a no, it's global. If there was an answer.
Mhm.
If it's a browser,
It's global, yes. So you got the job because you're smart, but you don't know JavaScript.
No idea.
Yes. Now we have another variable. There's a function fb. There's a block statement, if statement, and there's a variable b. Expect scope of b to be.
Function scope. It will be inside the function.
Function scope. Correct. Okay, you guys are getting better. And you're learning quickly. And now, this is actually
The same.
exactly because let is ES6. In ES6 you define variables with let and constants with const. And in this case it's going to be block scope. So function scope is all this function. And the block is actually this block, it starts here. So it's going to be visible only in this block. So who knows why in ES6, so in the newest version of JavaScript, they introduced a block scope? Why did they change it?
Because of demand.
Yeah, because of demand, yeah, that's the correct answer. Because for some people like me, JavaScript is the best and the only language in the world that should run on everything. But there are some other people like Java developers, C#, and they come to JavaScript and they are confused because JavaScript is different. And in most of object-oriented languages, there is a block scope, so they made it a block scope, so it's simpler for developers coming from other languages. That's why also they also rate JavaScript with other stuff like classical inheritance, and you can cut this out, yes. And so there's a function d and a function fd, and I'm going to uncomment this console log. What is going to be console logged? 1 second, I'll get some water. You need to think hard about this. What's going to be console logged?
It will be undefined. So it will not.
Okay,
It
who
will
knows?
fail.
This only a very smart person will know.
It will fail.
It's going to be an error.
Generic.
Who said it?
Somewhere.
Thank you. What's your name, by the way?
Like,
Oleg.
yeah.
Okay. And Node1.js. It's a reference error. D is not defined. Correct. If it wasn't as if it wasn't a strict mode, that's why I added use strict here, it would JavaScript will automatically create this variable, but it's 2016, so let's assume we are using a strict mode because it's more and more default. And yes, I'm going to uncomment this line. What is going to be console logged now? Correct answer. And now you're being, how to call it, banned from giving answers to everybody. It's undefined. Why?
Because var d will be
Don't look at me
initialized
advanced.
to the function.
Don't look at me advanced.
Okay, I was kidding. Yes, why is it going to be undefined?
Because of the hoisting.
Because of the hoisting, correct. So JavaScript has a very specific behavior called hoisting. All variables and methods are being declared, not defined. It's important, declared, not defined, and the top of their scope. So in this case, what's happening, I can show you at the moment. I run the program, and this is undefined, not an error anymore. Because of hoisting, all variables are being declared on the top of their scope. This variable d has a function scope. It's being declared in here and defined in here. So when it's being declared here, it's undefined. So now this console log is giving you undefined. Thank you. Simple. And let me just document all this stuff also. Yeah, okay, go. And go. Now, if I run this hoisted function, what's going to happen? Foo. Foo? Should be something nice. I need to change this code to yeah or something silent. Smile, something like because foo sounds stupid. Yes, it's going to say foo. Correct. Why? Because as I said before, due to hoisting, all functions and methods are being methods are being not only declared but defined at the top of their scope. So actually all the functions hoisted and all these functions, JavaScript is not seeing it here, but is seeing this in top of its scope. So with all the other functions, it's in the top of my file. So even before the title. That's where the function actually is. So now let's back to our quiz. One person knew it's 10, and so I will explain you now why. So we are in the function fx. Okay, who now understands why it's 10? Okay, one person. No, everybody should understand now, really, this. Okay, I'm gonna go home. We have a variable x here in this function, but it's being declared at the top of this function. Wait a second. It's being declared at the top of this function, yes. So I have x here. Here is being only defined. So now I have x here and it's undefined. So if not x, not undefined is equal to true. Yes. As if you make it a boolean, yeah, not undefined is true. So this if statement is being executed, x is being defined as 10, and now what is going to be console log is 10. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to run this, and it's 10. Thank you guys. Any questions? Yes.
Yeah, I have not a question, but maybe a suggestion. I mean, for those of us who lived in those, dark old ages, because there was not just JSKin, but not even JSLint. I mean, all the stuff is covered by JSKin nowadays, right? So it's, it's really important to run this. So you can try this, this kind of code in real world. Do you see what I mean? I mean, like, good linter won't allow you to kind of use variable before you declared it.
Yes.
And it's also a good code style. So
yes.
And if you run this like as a part of your build system or something like this, you'll always catch this, and there will be no such situation in a production or in any development code.
Correct. That's why there's a title of the talk, Ace JavaScript Interviews. As you know, Oleg, when did you have an interview last time? I know you probably always get hired on the first interview, but let's say you had a few.
It took me about 7 to be hired.
7. You must have been picky. And so this is Ace JavaScript. That's why the first title of the talk. Okay, basically what Oleg is saying is that at the moment all professional companies on production are running code linters, and they won't allow you to do stuff like this, like they won't allow you to do stuff like this because they will know this is not clean code, and so this code won't go on production. So I explained to Oleg why the first talk of the first title of the talk was JavaScript back to basics. But then people were, this is stupid. These are not real life examples. That's why I changed the talk to what was actually my goal, ACE JavaScript interviews, so a place where stupid is the goal.
I mean, it's not just any talk, it's a cool talk, and a cool concept. But just to be on the ground, like everybody should run a JS lint or JS skint to kind of not have this question when you look at the real.
Yes, I agree.
But it's great. The talk is great. Thanks.
Thank you, Oleg. I'm passing an advice from Oleg. Everybody should use code linters on JS hint, for example, and they won't allow you to write stupid code. Any more questions?
Are there any other languages you know of that do this hoisting that JavaScript does?
As I'm aware of, not. Are you aware?
No.
Of it?
No, I'm not.
No.
Is anyone aware of a language that does hoisting? Why did they
So-
choose to do it?
JavaScript was written by a guy, Bernard Eich. Up till today, he didn't tell anybody what was he thinking about when he wrote it. And this is still a mystery in the history, and he will take it to his grave. I would love to be there when he will be dying to ask him this question.
Okay. Any more questions?
So you're saying you would hope or you'd like to see JavaScript maybe be the only language, perhaps something what you mentioned at the beginning.
No, I wouldn't like to
you
see
hope JavaScript
JavaScript as the only language, because there are always tasks for which other languages are better. There's always you have a task and you choose the best tool for the language. If you do machine learning and some data science, you would use Python. You have, but basically you can nowadays code everything in JavaScript. Like JavaScript is being on everything. Each device in this room, each computer in this room is running JavaScript because everything is a web browser. Even if it doesn't, so it runs in every web browser in the world since 20 years, and it's you can run it on servers as Node.js. All new IoT devices, basically world of Internet of Things devices, was always C and some Windows IDE, and now it's all is moving to Node.js, just to make it simpler for developers. Only in some specific cases, when you have a really unpowerful device that's running on battery, you still code it in C. But at the moment, in few years, JavaScript will be on washing machine and your fridge, and of course your TV, and it's obvious. And what? You code web servers, Nginx. You can now script Nginx, which is one of the most popular servers in the world, and it's using JavaScript because they just added scripting. What Google Docs is JavaScript. Like Google Docs, yes. Like everything is going to JavaScript. It's the one language that you can do everything with, and it's also lots of functional programming in JavaScript. So it can be the only one. I'm not telling that everybody should be using JavaScript. Everybody should be free.
And on that note, another round of applause for Fox. So now, anyone who wants to, we're going to go to the Water Poet pub, which is left out the main door, left again, you'll see it diagonally opposite. I very much hope you'll come and join us next week at the project night, and next month on the 8th of September for our September meetup. And thank you for coming.